All right. Thanks, Matt, for joining me. Just wanted to get your feedback on your experience with the Neuro-Athletic Golf course that you did with Phenomenal Fitness and myself. Just give me some feedback on what was your situation before we started working together.
I came in as a golfer who always felt like I wasn't moving at the best level that I could, that I felt like that took away from my distance hitting the ball and with my consistency striking the ball. So I was, sort of open to trying something new to see if that would help me.
Okay. And what was your handicap before we started?
I was about I think I was about a 17 index when I started.
Okay. What ultimately made you decide to start working with me?
Honestly, I knew a couple of other people who spoke very highly of you, and that was good enough for me.
Great.
I hadn't sort of heard of anything like this specific to golf, so that was intriguing as well. But I knew people who thought you were great and was ready to test it out.
Okay. And after doing the 12-week program, what changed?
So this was during the sort of spring into the summer of 2022. That summer, I struck the golf ball the best I've ever struck it in my life by a lot, actually. Hitting the ball much farther than I've ever hit it. Started drawing the ball far more than I ever had before, in large part just because I was moving so much better. So I just felt so relaxed over the ball, and my turn was so much more natural, and then just a lot of good things followed from that. But honestly, just the quality of movement was the best that I've ever had on the golf course.
Amazing. What do you think impacted making you move better from the course specifically? Was there any key items that we did that you thought, or drills that we did that you thought were impactful on that?
Well, I mean, I love, I'm a sort of a math person, a scientific person. And so we did lots of sort of experimenting, and we would try something and then we would assess it. And that really suited my brain well. We did this. I directly could prove to myself that improved my quality of movement. So you helped me design, and I just took notes as we were going and things. You helped me design a routine that was very specific to me. Other people in the course, some of the other stuff worked better for them, and some of the stuff worked better for me. And I guess the other part that I would say that was really attractive was it wasn't massively time consuming, right? We put the time in to figure out what worked, but then I was very diligent about doing a roughly 5 to 10 minute warm up, whether I went to the range or whether I was on the course, of things that I just had a lot of confidence in were going to help me move better. So even if I've been sitting at the desk all day or whatever, I felt like this could open me up. And as I stood on the first tee, just had confidence. That summer was the most confident I've ever been playing golf.
Amazing. Love that. And then I guess lastly, one of the things I'd ask is what did you particularly enjoy about working with me?
I just You have a very low key style that, especially as it relates to golf, I just think works. My biggest problem around golf, and I was self-taught in my 20s, is just sort of a tension level. And maybe a little bit of that's nervousness, but it's just like my body is relatively tight in general. And sort of everything we did together was kind of the exact opposite of tightness. It was fun, it was loose, it was low key. It's like if this doesn't work, it doesn't work. We'll try. We have many other things to try. I just and then we did things I'd never done before too. I guess that's the other. I've always had kind of weak vision, so we did a bunch of vision drills that were brand new to me that I really felt just helped me see the ball better. As basic as that sounds, helped me when I was putting, sort of see lines better and things. So that was hugely helpful. And something else I just never really thought about with respect to golf was balance. And we did a lot of balance work. It was some of which my body really liked, some of which was threatening to me. and we were able to sort of work on some of that threatening stuff to get it better. And then some of the stuff that I really responded well to on the balance side, I would use that right before I played golf even. So just stuff I had never seen before. But in the end, we had a very nice package that I very confidently could do before I played. And like I said, it just brought me into a round with a level of confidence that I didn't used to have.
Then you mentioned you were 17 at the beginning of the course. What were you by the end of that year when we were working together?
I think I was officially a 14 by the end of that summer. I didn't actually play anywhere near as much as I would have wanted to that year. I think maybe I played 4 or 5 rounds that summer. So if I had got in a full 20, enough to really get a handicap, I have no doubt that I would have been down 5 or 6 shots. I mean,
Nice,
it was feasible for me to think about being a single digit index the way I was hitting the ball.
nice, it's amazing.
That was
And then
great.
if someone else is looking into doing the 12-week program, why would you recommend it to them?
No, I mean, I hope for all the reasons that I just said, but it was, I guess another thing I would say about working with you is you were flexible on time. I work 60 hours a week. I tried to join the sessions live as, the majority of the time I was able to. You were flexible about the timing for that. But if I couldn't, we were taping them. And so I would just pick that one up at night if I was traveling or had something else going on for work. So, and then there was a library of that stuff. And the other thing that you did I thought was super helpful was you just made a couple of warm-ups for us to follow along with. And so I still do, all the time, just pop those open and follow along. And it's kind of like I don't, you don't have to map everything out for yourself every time. Like, you know what, I'm a little tired this morning. I'm just gonna follow Dave for 13 minutes in this video and just feel good. I mean, it's comes down to that. It's like everything where you don't always want to take your medicine, you're busy. When I do it the right way and go through the warm up, I there's never a time where I would say to myself, I wish I hadn't done that. Right? I'm always happy after I do it.
I love that. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
You kind of have to see this to believe it. But like I said, the thing that's so great about it is you can see it very quickly. You can do certain movements and it takes one assessment to just prove to yourself, hey, this is working. And I haven't really done much else. I do a lot of fitness work. I've never quite done anything like this. This is pretty unique and has very cool, tangible results.
Amazing. Well, thank you for joining me today and for doing the 12-week course. It's a pleasure having you in it and then continuing as a client even to this day, which is great too.
Yeah.
And
No, thank you. It was fantastic. Highly recommend it.
all right, thanks a lot. I'll talk to you soon.
Take care.